Hello, welcome, and assalamu alaikum, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends upon your time zone. So today is a new time. So 1 hour before we are starting, so new time, and thank you so much for the mentees, those who have given a valuable input and the ideas and importance is given this starting a new time. Thank you so much for that input. At the same time, I know some of you may not be very comfortable, we went with a where we have a maximum number of time zone participations and a maximum number of participation from based on their time zone we have taken. I believe it's good, and even though for me it's a personally little hurry up on a day basis. Usually I end the day, they start at 7 p.m. Today I had to make it the arrangement. Anyway, overall it's good. I think more number of people don't have to be very late, especially the people who are joining from different part of the world. It was too late for them, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. At least 1 hour before it started. And I believe will be, any time the change happens, people are always then, we don't feel little uncomfortable. But overall, I think this 1 hour before, really valuable. It was tough to take a decision, but I believe it's good and everyone. Okay, so thank you so much, all of you, for tuning in. Even though it's 6 o'clock, I could see the same number of people on the live now. Great, thanks a lot, all of you, once again. And today we have a very interesting and very important and much awaited topic. And which is all of you, I think, the social media influencer opportunity and how it works and the strategies and the methods and the financial benefits and how you get a contract from us. That's the most important thing, right? There's all of you, even you're not becoming a social media influencer, or you not even thought about influencer part, but you wanted to start something new as online. I think this is one of the things all of you should take the opportunity, because you can directly get a direct contract as well as a social media influencer. And those who are already there, the social media influencers, thank you so much for joining us. This is a fantastic opportunity for you. I know how difficult for you most of the communication happening with various brands and part to get the things done. And so this will be a good place, and our platform ADM SIP will be a great help for you. Those are brands and companies and the business owner there. I know how difficult for you to discover and do a tie-up and relationship that social media influencers. I believe this will be much helpful for you as well. So with this note, we'll start today about social media influencer part. And I believe we'll have a great session today. And tomorrow we have an exclusive Q&A session on including this one. We could not do last week because a lot of topic was there. So tomorrow we are doing a complete Q&A. So I would like you to start making the notes and all the questions to be asked. Okay, so let's get started, and all of you get settled in. So we'll go ahead with a session on a social media influencer part. Okay, today the 58th day of our 100 Days Digital Mastery Challenge, and today September 12th, Saturday, 7 p.m. live from Doha, Qatar. And I would like to once again welcome all of you officially for the Digital Mastery Challenge. Today we are going to discuss about how to become a social media influencer and get the contracts. So in a way, we are asking you to become an influencer, or how do you tie up a partnership or a relationship, build a relationship for your business as an influencer, and various other opportunities. That's what exactly today we are going to discuss about it. So in a way, we start with about the social media itself, of the importance of the social media. And I don't have to tell you, and how the world has changed. So when you look at this statistics, just before our COVID-19, the new statistics brought by Hotsuite in the market, when you look at the world today, we have approximately 7.75 billion people. Out of that, 59% of the people uses internet, which is more than 4.54 billion people. Out of that, we have 3.80 billion people uses internet, social media, around 49%, which is approximately half of the population in the world is there on social media, which means you want to communicate with anyone, you wanted to interact with anyone, you want to do business with anyone, you want to build a relationship with anyone, you want them to buy something from your business, or you wanted them to come to your website, which is half of the population we can reach through social media today. Any other social media platform you use it. Now, which other social media platform is doing something great? So, of course, the Facebook, leading the world. And, of course, immediately as a YouTube influencer point of view, I think YouTube is more valuable. And WhatsApp, so some of the countries doing a great WhatsApp. And FB Messenger is another thing, and WeChat is doing great. Instagram, as you know, that's a favorite place of influencers. There are many other channels as well, and of course, a few other channels. Twitter, LinkedIn is also important, but the most important, the Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. That's what the AAA places we need to have a main focus on it. And you also know that because of the mobile usage, and instantly people are available to respond and act, and engagement is increased like anything, right? Now, the people are spending a lot of time on social media. The kinds of time people spend is so very, very high on it. So I know in a year when you look at the people are spending, a lot of time now in their lifetime. They're spending this much now, or almost in a year, or 2 years time, or maybe that much time. It's a lifespan of time a person is investing their valuable life on internet. Okay. Now, as you know, I don't have to tell you the kinds of engagement people are across the globe. I don't have to prove you know that is important, and you know that significance. But what is important is actually what kind of an activities they do, and what are the things they do, and then come to the social media influencer part. Now, when you look at the companies who wanted to reach out to consumers, they wanted to sell out the products and services, and they wanted to have a market share. So they are doing various activities, creating awareness and sales and traffic, and building a brand engagement and community engagement. So there are various things they do. Now, 63% of them are actually investing marketers on their search engine optimization and social media influencers part. Okay. Now, various things majorly people do online campaign or to reach out to people. Obviously, the email, that's a traditional one, still is valuable. Then, of course, the people try to engage the consumers with the website and the social media. And in fact, actually, social media is more important than the website. As you can see, the percentage is 81% of the people engaged through social media to have a business happening. Now, depends upon your demographics and psychographic of your consumers, depends upon where you are from. The platform changes, but of course, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook rule the world anyway. Now, all of you know so many influence the platforms part. I think some of you are already using almost 10 to 50, some of you using 3 to 4, and everybody has your own favorite social media, one or the other way for your professional communication or a personal communication. So you already have it. So now I'm going to influencer marketing. So what is influencer marketing basically? So influencer marketing is a type of marketing that focus on key leaders to drive their brand message to large market. So to go to the brand message to reach into the market in a different way, actually, instead of directly doing, it's an inspiration method or a hiring method or in a different method of communication through this one. Now, of course, this has a huge impact. I think the last 5 years, the influencer marketing has changed the world. The brand start engaging the people, and a lot of influence on the consumers have. And 86% of the marketers used actually influencer marketing since last year. As you know, 80% of the products is there online, and those who are having an online, 86% of the online marketers are already using influencer market. Okay. And so first of all, to understand this is all about how do we take a decision on a purchases? That's the first point we should think, right? So normally what to do, we online purchasing now habit is we go and read the review about the deciding part, but actually that's not alone, right? That's one of the activities we do, but subconscious mind help us to take purchasing decision. We have seen continuously some kind of a brand through our social media, through our commercial media, through our TV channel, through our press releases, through our hoardings. Wherever we go, there's some communicated, the subconscious mind registered some certain brands, certain messages, certain images, certain videos, and certain colors. So this is lead us to take a decisions. So that's what is and that all the advertisers in the world do it, right? It's something called buying behavior. It comes through our emotions, not completely irrational, completely not a logical most of the time. So here, that's a place actually social media influencer play on a purchase decisions. So normally, we always declare most of the businesses, most of the things which we buy, most of the businesses get a business, as well as most of the products and services, or a decision to avail some service or own something or purchase something or go and engage something. We always have something called peer-to-peer communication, or from from our friends. That friends, we have a great influence. They tell us and we trust them. Because of friends, we buy something, we avail something. And relatives also has a huge influence. That's what is like many of the things make a decision after they take a leadership on it. And of course, the colleagues also communicate to us, hey, and sometimes you see something with the colleagues, we very got it, and they will recommend. And mentors, especially the software tools or any other books or on the platforms, actually Digimentors or any kind of a mentors make a lot of influence on people to buy on it. Teachers tell us some brand and methods. People take a decision. Neighbors tell us, and acquaintance. All these people are peer-to-peer communication. When you take it, we have a purchase decision come from these places. So this is a basic of kind of a peer-to-peer communication part. We have it, right? Now, that is, you think about how many movies you have watched because your friends recommended. Majority of the movies, either directly or indirectly, people told us to go and watch. Sometimes you asked, sometimes people told you, hey, you go and watch, hey, you should watch sometime. And sometimes you ask the opinion how it is movie, right? So that's one of the places we really understand the peer-to-peer communication, how people do it. And of course, the cosmetic, as most of the time, which brand you want to go, you actually always take from your friends and relatives. Now, restaurant, most of the time, majority of the restaurant got a more number of customers because someone else recommended them, right? Not just a food wall alone, right? Now, clinics, that is the place when you look at it is we take a decision to go to which doctor, which clinic to go. We always take someone else. Sometimes we very logically, we ask some people, can you tell me some pediatrician? Can you tell me some gynecologist? All the things is basically, we'll have a peer-to-peer communication. We take a decision on it. And of course, travel, I don't know, even in the hotel we choose is based on a communication we get, and which course to go, which university go, which college do you join, which online courses do you. Everything come through, peer-to-peer communication aspect. So that exactly the thing is the micro-influencer or micro-influencer using. I'll come to that. Even including the B2B segment, business-to-business segment or wholesale segment, the corporate executive take a decision based on the communication, even from the competitor tell them which transport you are using. So they take a decision based on that. So here is a place influencer marketing is coming. And influencer marketing, we all know explicitly, we know it is celebrity endorsement. Majority of the brand on product and companies and services, even as corporate messages, even sometimes government messages, are endorsed by the celebrities. Why do they use celebrities? Because they are already influenced, right? You trust them, you follow them, you're a fan of them, you like them, you want to be with them. So we actually go with that. So this is a very common influencer marketing part. So those, before the social media, only these were the celebrities for us. Now that not only you have Hollywood and Hollywood celebrities, now you have a social media celebrities. Now you wait for someone video to be uploaded. Maybe he has only 300, 500 subscribers, but you look for someone video to be uploaded. Sometimes his message to come to you, sometimes his Insta to come to you, sometimes his Facebook page, or sometimes his blog article to appear. So we look for our colleagues, maybe somebody from our neighborhood, to endorse this aspect, right? Now, there is some kind of differently other market also promote. So like a James Bond movies, Austin Martin is always he drives that car, and people has an aspiration to buy and get this car. And this is the way indirectly the movies were using various brands like Marlboro, like various companies, like BMW. We're using this kind of in branding for a kind of influencer marketing. People are using. Now, that many celebrities endorse the product and get influence to the people to buy the product. So what exactly here is the difference on a social media influencer? So first of all, before we go into that, how much is the money there? When you look at the last year alone, around $8 billion is through this generated. Or another way, the companies and agencies spend around $8 billion for the social media influencers. And now when you look at, I'll give you some of the list of influencers where you can go and search for how they're making, how they're doing it is. And it's not a small game they're playing. They're millions of dollars they are getting it off. Okay, $4.2 million, right? Each one sponsor shop, one post alone, $18,000, and $1.2 million per post people charge on it, and $5,000 they charge on it, and like different kinds of. I think some cases even they make more money on a social media than their other profession they are doing or other endorsement they're doing. So even with a 3,000 or 4,000 400 followers, people also charge $250 to $500. You have large and small. That's exactly today we'll be discussing about macro and micro influencers aspect. Okay. Now, when you look at all these pictures, all this where people actually start making money, and many of the brands started giving them money. Why? Because they found that's an opportunity here. So today we'll be talking about micro influencer and macro influencers. This is so Miss Eva, how some of you know, she has over 1,000 plus followers, and she also kind of an influencer as well. Now, which social media you use, as we discussed, YouTube and Instagram and Facebook is more. So based on that, I'll be continuing discussion. But important to understand the blogs and Pinterest. Everyone also has this kind of a opportunity. We have it on. Okay, so companies wanted sales, engagement, leads, and creating a brand awareness. So that's an opportunity. So this existing part, we are going to discuss about how we can become a social media influencer. So first, I'll use a social media influencer. A social media influencer uses a social media platform and already have a credibility. That's the first and foremost important part. You are there in social media. You're going to fight with so many other aspects, and you have a lot of followers. Does not mean you have a lot of credibility. So the first thing is a social media influencer wanted trust and credibility for you to endorse some project or a product. So they go with a specific industry. Maybe you have access to large audience, not necessarily large audience. Maybe some cases even 1,000, even 500 people start making money now. So, but with that, you should have a credibility to pursue it and to have a reaching out various authenticity, to have it. Now, what exactly social media influencer do? So basically, they actually pursue the people to buy the products directly or indirectly. We'll discuss with you various methods. So why should you become a social media influencer? So it gives you a lot many things. One is, of course, you get paid well, and you can actually build a career with that, and you make money with what you love to do and make money. Okay. So when the influencer started, is basically first time influencer started when the Facebook and Amazon partnered for whatever they purchase of Amazon, start sharing in the Facebook. So that's where friends and family buying, they start sharing each other. So that's a kind of a social media influencer starting point, we can say, with a commercial interest. Now, how do these influencers work? So most of the influencers are, they have an account, they drive, they have a sales card, and they go to the brands, and or brands will reach them, and they get the client, and through directly or indirectly, they communicate to the people. Okay, so I'll come to that method, how they communicate, because so all of social media influencer post communications and videos, and what the endorsement makes a huge difference with the fan followers. Now, social media platforms, as we discussed, they do on a social media, and they make money. That's all point here, right? So with the branding and activities. Now, what are the products you can promote? So one is actually people can promote digital products. Can be software, can be a tutorial, can be videos, can be script, various things people are doing. And people also do a podcasting, and there's also a kind of a revenue model based on that. And people also do webinar or appear in the webinar, and they make money. And some of the influencers become a brand ambassador. That's very common nowadays. So influencers, first they're influencer, they themselves become a brand ambassador. And this is one of the best continuous engagement which you can have. Now, you also have something called social media sponsored post, where you sponsor and show the people to do this. Sometimes you can do physical products and directly promote physical products. And the most common is affiliate marketing and coupon marketing. As you know, many of the people give you a link. We don't even understand how they make money. But here in this case, they really make money through affiliate link. Now, how do you become a social media influencer? First of all, step number one, definitely you need to pick a niche. You have to pick and choose. Why? Because the companies who's coming with you, they're looking for a certain engagement of their product and services. You have a mixed audience, quite difficult sometimes to endorse various products, because the human beings have various interests, various knowledge, various purposes they engage in social media. So that niche picking is very important. As we discussed in various business, the niche picking, the most important thing for various business. Here also it's a factor. Then you need to optimize your social media profiles, and you show that what you are, your credibility, and what you're connected, what you stand for, and what are your values and principles, and what are the things you share with the people, etc. Then the most important thing is understand your audience. So here, why the people are associated with you, why the people are following you, why the people are a fan with you, why the people are sharing, and why the people are always give you good comment. It's important to understand what their requirement with you, plus what other requirement they have. So that's an important aspect, understanding your audience. And you need to go with various content, and whether it's a video or a post, it's a relevant one. That's where you get a more engagement and more result on. Now you also share the post, stories, or videos, always on social media, and it should be very regular and consistent. This is one of the things never forget. It's very regular and consistent. And every time, you need to keep updating about it. And people are asked, if you have fan followers, they're expecting you to do that one. Okay. And interacting and engaging with your audience is the most important. Coming on a live and talking to them, sometimes responding to them, sometimes an additional effort is putting them to reach them. Some of them even say to have an offline events. It's COVID-19, that's a lot of restriction, but that's one of the things social media influencers were doing before the pandemic. Okay. Now, another important part is let the brand knows that you're open for collaborations. Many of the brands are not aware you are available for endorsement. You can see many of the people have the 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, even sometimes 1,000 itself. They are not even thinking about encashing that. They don't know it is something available, number one. Some people, those who know, they don't know how to connect with the brands. And the brands are struggling to reach out to them, this kind of people as well. Now, when you look at it as this influencer, there are 5 types. Now, what are the influencer part? So different types of the influencers we have it in the market. So when you look at it, the most common is, and the most number of people are endorsing as celebrities, right? Maybe in some of the same, some niche, some segment, some of the sports, and some various branch. So we have a celebrity endorsement starting from movie star to athletes and sports people and intellectuals and writers and artists, etc. So they are the celebrity methods of promoting one. Then there is agitator who comes and make an issue. There is another method of people to be engaged with them for that one. Then we have another specialist. So you depend on them to know more of some specialty. Okay, let me go and listen to that person video, or let this read his article, etc. That's another category. Yeah. And there is another category. The most category is today's growing category is activist. You respond because we are not able to respond. Someone else respond, and that has a huge influence. So that's an activist. That is another way of it. And something called the creators. And so this is another type of social media. And so you create something new, videos or something new product you bring into the market, or those who bring in the product, something you create always and make an exercise. That's another model. Then something called evangelist. However, you will completely promoting something, can be maybe a destination, some the country, some of the events, etc. Okay. Now, all this without any speciality, there is another category called micro or nano influencers. So this point to be noted here is the most important part is, sorry. Compared to 2-3 years ago, today the companies and brands are more interested in micro and nano influencers. The reason is they found with the micro and nano influencers, I mean, those who are less than 1,000 or less than 5,000 especially, then less than 1,000 as well. Those influencers are giving more engagement to the brand like a Gucci and Louis Vuitton. So in their research, they found that instead of going for 100,000, 200,000, same thing is split to another 1,000 people is going, another 100 people are going is better for the company. So the same fund, if they utilize for a multiple, micro influencers or nano influencers, they make more money. I mean, they make more sales the company, so they make more money in a way, right? The more sales and engagement is increased with that kind of a thing. Now, here when you look at it is as an influencer point of view, even you have 1,000 people or 2,000 people, you can have your own engagement there. And with the small companies, with the large, small audience, or you have large companies will endorse you, like a Gucci or like a Louis Vuitton, like Versace, or many other brand will, even you have less than 1,000 or 2,000 in followers, you can become micro influencer. So not necessarily even you get a large brands to endorse to have thousands or millions of followers like earlier, even with 1,000, which is possible now. Okay. So then there is a communication strategies. Okay, what are the communication strategies? Communication strategies basically how you communicate with the brand. You have a trust and you have credibility. If you endorse various products, that should not be a problem, right? Even sometimes you're promoting in a good one, people may not appreciate what you're doing because, you start making money. People don't like that, actually. So here it is. That's the reason, based on your audience, based on your niche, based on the brand you built up, the image you built up, you need to have a different, different communication strategies. So you need to decide that, because sometimes it might backfire if you don't do properly. For example, one is explicit way of a promoting. So you explicitly say this program is sponsored by, or I promote this product so and so. They're endorsing this program. So explicitly, openly, you tell the people. That's one. Second one is actually indirectly explicit. You are explicit, but you're not telling. But you understood, they understand, and they don't make no problem with that. They like it. Actually, you're doing it, but you're silent about how much money you're making. You're officially doing or not. This is another strategy people use as an indirectly explicit. So directly explicit is another. Very straight away, I'll tell you this company sponsored this post, and I'm an influencer with that. Directly explicit way, also there are companies doing. There is something called indirectly, directly explicit method. That's what most of the time people are using this method. So these are the method which is, we need to practice and start doing it is by looking at the method. And many of the brands usually ask you what's your method, what's your strategy, what's your communication strategies. So you should be able to tell that one. So here is a point. So there's a brand and influencers, they need to have a bridge. Now, influencers are looking for making money. Brands are looking to increase the businesses. And all of them are there looking for an opportunity here, right? Brands wanted business to increase. Influencers wanted to make money with an audience they created. So this program is basically brands and influencers in a bridge. They need to bridge it to the chain. That's exactly the reason there's a platform it's called Social Media Influencers Platform, where influencers can come and register and contact each other. And the brand can come and build a relationship and interact, and even financial settlement, financial dealings and contracts can be done. So in a way, brands wanted to discover the right social media influencers for their brand. Influencers want to identify who can sponsor with my credibility, with my audience, and reach out to the market. So what is the process basically? So there is an arrangement you should do with the companies, with the brands, and then you prepare content for that, right? Sometimes the companies give you the content, you can customize it. Sometimes together you'll work on. Sometimes you can explicitly do, and sometimes you're indirectly, directly explicit. Most of the time, you should come out with the content. And you're a directly explicit people, you can get completely from the company. So it depends upon what kind of process you're choosing, you can have this content. Then there's a payment and delivery. So companies should pay you, brands should pay you what promised, even before you're posting, or it depends upon the time, it depends on how they said it is. Some cases you allow a split option. Split option is some companies give you, say, I'll give you one post on $500, but I'll also give you along with that an affiliate link. So I'll pay you 500 in advance, but affiliate link as on when the business is generated, I'll pay you. Sometimes people say, I'll pay you $250, the rest of $250 after the engagement, I'll pay you. So it depends upon that the payment and delivery should happen on it. So you receive a payment, you deliver. Okay, so this is basically a process, and that's the reason, again, influencers wanted a kind of a platform. Then analytics. What happens, how many people engaged, what is the ROI received, at what time they did it, based on how to go. Sometimes brands decide not to continue. So all things is based on analytics you have. Now, that's the reason it's required a kind of a platform. So we launched, I think all of you know, social media influencer platform. I request all of you to go and explore it, sign up as influencers, sign up as a companies. If you're planning to start online business, whether social media, whether you're social media, YouTube, or AOBD, or affiliate marketing, or online shopping mall, or a blockchain, whichever the project you are going to involve, you and register and type with a partnership with a social media influencers. So that's a platform will give you that one. So it's help you to increase your brand awareness, and it's the companies who really wanted the social media, utilize or humanize their brand. So another important they have, and also get an opportunity to the fans and followers to connect with the companies, right? And the company is also looking for increasing the website traffic through social media, and the most important, the leads, and increase the sales. So these are the things that companies are looking to rediscover the influencers. Now here, what you wanted actually, basically partner with the influencers, and they want to promote the content. That exactly our platform gives the blueprint. Now, they also capture the interested audience, and you can also get ideas what they wanted, what they're looking for. So you can source the idea also from the people. Okay. Now you can also have materials to post into online, and it's also important to getting your followers involved, and create excitement. Sometimes always engagement parties record. Now another way as is important is a reputation management. Some guys, even to the influencers, sometimes it's to the brands. Sometimes you have a ORM, online reputation management, is an issue. You might use a social media influencer to endorse your brand. Same time for influencer marketing, one of the drawbacks of social media influencers, sometimes the people understand, okay, you're doing review with payment, but your review is not worth it. Sometimes, now everything has a people has a different opinion, right? So this is important. You need to consider reputation management, how you handle it. Then we have something called crisis communication. So in the crisis time, the company is going an issue, the brand going through an issue. The brand has a healthcare department had issued a notice. Maybe competition issues, or maybe a political issues. Maybe anything happens, they use influencers to handle that one. Now it's important to have a customer and audience engagement for that, and customer service and customer support is also important to provide through influencer aspect. Okay. Now, conversion ratio, it's important for a brand. So you should have a mechanism to measure that one. And if you also wanted to learn your influencers communication, if you're a brand, if you wanted to to understand more about your consumers, and it's important to have a platform to use it. And you also wanted to keep an eye on a competition. It's also important one. Okay. So to stay informed about upcoming changes of the brand is also important to use any kinds of platform for your social media influencer activity. And of course, you can promote. You can also do retargeting with the social media to the people, etc. Now you can now when you look at it, it's all this thing when a social media is a growth part. Now from here, if you take it the decision to be a social media, and you look at it as it's really growing, and people are spending a lot of money. So you have the opportunity, people spending time and money, and to be part of that one. Okay. Now, here, and I'll take an opportunity here I actually explain to you what exactly we do as a social media influencer platform. So basically, as I mentioned, it's a bridge between a social media influencers and it's a social media those social media awareness campaigns, or in a way, the brands and enterprises can use this platform. So now, I believe all of you visited. If you're not visited, please visit admsip.com, which is basically our own social media influencer platform, where connecting the brands and agencies, even and influencers. Okay. Now, you can actually use this platform. If you're an individual or you want to start a social media influencer, you can use this one for creating a brand. Okay. So what exactly this platform gives you opportunity to run here? Influencer part. Okay. So now the industry work with something called brands and agencies. Right now, where entire advertising industry works, you know that is any products and services in the world today marketed through an agency, or the advertising agency and brand, creation of brand agencies. So for first, the creation is one part, maybe an implementation or a communication strategies from someone else. And whatever it is, there you have one agency or multiple agencies to do. One is a strategy to make it. Maybe it start with the consulting strategies, then maybe advertisement, PR strategies. In the PR strategies, they say, we come out with the creatives, multiple creatives, they bring it. Then all the things are maybe one agency or a multiple agency, a company handle, a brand's handle. Then furthermore, some companies don't take care of the minimum one, what do you call that? Even to the communication transfer, they only work on a strategy aspects. So whatever the case, the branch is using multiple agencies, and these agencies is also should connect with our influencers, because earlier they were working with the large celebrities and go to the large media houses, whether newspaper or a commercial channels. Now here the same system, only thing is changed going to the social media. Same budget of the company, same companies and brands are endorsing, giving out the same kind of money. Same budget, advertisement budget is not changed. Earlier it was 95% of the money is spent on a commercial TV advertisements or newspapers. Here is what the change happened. Now only 5% they're given to traditional advertisement like a TV commercials, and other thing, 95% of the fund is allotted to social media. So now that's exactly the reason to do a more professionally, more organized way. So people are looking to do this one in a large scale. So that's the reason every social media influencer utilizing their social media platforms. Now the brands is the same issue. Earlier they have brands they have an agency. Their agency recommended various TV channels. Now many of the time, or most of the agencies say, use a social media influencer. To whom I should use? It is not one person. Earlier agency was very easy. I use so-and-so actor, so-and-so actress, or you use this heroine, or use this cricket fellow, or use this kind of a writer as a brand ambassador, or a painter as a brand ambassador. But today, when you look at it, the brands has a difficulty, because not the agency should give a 1, 2, 3, or 5 names. So thousands of people is going to be engaged with a brand. For one brand, thousands of influencers in different part of the world. So it's a real challenge for agencies as well. So what exactly this agency tell us to do, or the influencers do? Of course, they do some kind of survey part, or content, post, and click, lead, and sales, etc. should happen. Now, in our platform, what exactly we are trying to give to the people? One is an opt-in influencers, which means not randomly someone come and register. We verify them through their verification method. Your Twitter account, your YouTube account, your Facebook account, automatically we verify, and whatever you are going to submit as a portfolio, other thing is already there or not. So we will verify, so that when the person is coming as a brand, he does not have to worry about this aspect. Okay, I have a verified, I have a curated, I have an accurate information about the influencers, everything is done. So the brand can actually start a relationship with you. Now, again, it is actually a marketplace is a fair market, transparent marketplace, and both will discuss and openly discuss about it, because you're not going to public do it. Okay. Now, the most important thing is, as a brand, if I want to promote one product, I look forward the audience of the influencer I choose. If I'm selling a formal shirt, or with a tie, so okay, the audience of that person is a male who buy the shirts, and he's working in a corporate executive. So is that the audience he has, or he has or she has a lot many, what is it, housewives or homemakers to us an audience, because she does a cooking recipe or something. So that's a problem here comes. That's as a brand, as a reputed brand of a shirt manufacturing company, I never use that influencer. It gives you a negative impact. So here, what we are looking forward is now this: you have an opt-in list and understand the audience inside of what exactly they're indicating, how old they are, how much they spent, and what will be the idea of they see this advertisement, what is the outcome, they like it and or they reject, or they're going to take a decision. All the things are important and audience insight. Now here within the platform, we also added something AI to kind of a matchmaking to happen to the influencers to connect and to profile them more than what they know. The AI make the based on a few questions and tracking and cookies will make a decision what kind of a influencer you are. So that's one thing. And here is also, you can actually the influencer connecting to this one can you can actually utilize by really understanding what exactly they're looking for. Now, what this platforms actually give you. So, the moment you wanted to become a social media influencer, the business idea here I'm talking about using a platform. So here in our platform, I'll tell you what is our major interest tomorrow. I'll come to that. Before that, how the process it works, then it makes sense to you. One is actually an approach. So you think about as a company. That I'm talking to the company's point of view now. Then come to the influencer point of view. As a company, they should have a strategic approach to reach out their audience. What kind of influencers I wanted. So whether he's a large audience is there, but it's not comes under your target audience, or it's not matching your brand communication. So strategic approach from the brand side, company side, as I mentioned, it's most of the time it comes from the agencies or consultants to the company, or maybe the marketing department comes out of that. The problem here is identifying these people, searching and discovery, and building a relationship. I believe if you remember when I described the daily activities of a social media affiliate marketing, one of the things which you mentioned it is building a relationship with social media influencers. It's not a one-day job. Ongoing, you build that relationship for the market you are interested in. So that's one of the activities we recommended for everybody to do to building a relationship. So likewise, many companies and organizations is going to utilize the same. What is it? This to reach out the consumers or the social media influencers. Now, when you search on that, you may not be able to get that. That's the reason that process called discovery. You find the people you wanted, you discover them, and put into the system. So that's a discovery. One of the service the platform gives it. Now, the influencer, you should have a collaboration, which is a partnership model, payment model, per post model, monthly model, engagement model, brand ambassador model, affiliate marketing model, coupon model, and flat rate model. So all the things, there will be collaboration, partnership, arrangement for doing these activities, influencer activities. So that can be an online discussion, offline discussion, maybe a message, maybe over the phone, depends upon the clients and where they are from, depends upon you, and relationship, everything is important part. Then there's something called campaign. So there is a large number of audience should listen. So there's the campaign management, maybe it will be part of other social media campaign or retargeting marketing or a remarketing campaign or Google PPC campaign. That's the time the campaign management become very important for an influencer to use it. Now, this is a paid media, it's also the matter, and you're using an influencer, then you can also use some paid media to reach out to max number of people. And the important is that you are measuring this one. Okay. So this is an important aspect for you to start, when you're starting in a company's point of view, when you look at, these are the challenges they're facing. Now, the brand, if you know this kind of a brand is looking forward to partner. So it is, you need to start conversation directly or indirectly. Build it through ADMSIP, it's very easy for you to do that one. And now you also show to the people how much your influence is potential. You should be able to tell them how many, I have this many millions of people. In that, I have this much percentage is upper class or super rich people. And those who own this kind of a vehicle or those who own this kind of a house, all these things, show to the people I have my audience is really worth it. And you also should be able to show a kind of a record where one post or one of the things person who making, with the company get benefited. One post alone, you say I generated 1,500 leads, and which is eventually converted around the $100,000 business. So this kind of a potential part, you should be able to talk to the companies, those who wanted, or the brands, those who wanted influencer service. Now, the influencer service, macro influencers and micro influencers, you also get an opportunity. And in fact, you get a more regular opportunity, and you can have a money making by showing your potential of even just 500. You say this 500 people are so and so. So for your product, for your niche, be really this is more apt. So that communication should be done to the people. And as a brand, here is the communication what we are telling. As an influencer, you will be approaching anyone. So company's point of view, you engage a certain influencers. You make sure that is you have a good reputation or a good result because of that. Some celebrities are good in one country, some company, maybe political differences, other country, he's a villain or he is not a good person. So, but when you look at it as a part of the discovery, you discovered him in a wrong way, it will be in trouble. So it's important for you to have this one. Now, you also should have important collaboration with influencers and building a platform. That's an important aspect before you start doing a collaboration or a partnership is the most important one. Now, why the AD and social media platform? What exactly additional what we can give? First of all, we will value your influence if you already have, and we'll tell you continue what you love to do, and you can take it even as a full-time profession if you wish to. Now, what is the process for this one? You sign up for a platform, authorize your social channel, and so we'll calculate how much money you could earn per post. So we will be able to tell you how much money you can make with this aspect. Okay. Now, you can also see all the metrics, which is you can based on your influencer audience on a platform, which you're worth it. Now, you also can engage the growth. You can actually try to understand how much is the people, how many people are there, and how to grow. You should be able to do. And all the things is actually do with a smart contract, because there is a slight challenge, as you know. You're ready to endorse some brand. How about the brand is not paying you? Another way also, if the brand paid you, if you are not doing this, what will happen on that? That's an important part. Okay. Now, now who can become a social media influencer with the company? So you have a basic understanding of social media marketing. Actually, in fact, you are going through this 100 days of program. This is more than sufficient for you to become. Even you are not started doing 100 days. Now it's our time. Tomorrow onwards, we are completely focusing on a promotional aspect. So it's the right time for you to associate with us. Okay. As you know, we do a mentoring, consulting, and training. We also provide the kind of a mentoring and consulting training with the subject matter expert who is already doing this in industry. We'll help you to do that one. Okay. And we also give you a kind of a professional media kit. Now, you don't have absolutely no idea about social media marketing. Like now we have an affiliate kit. We also give you a kind of a social media kit for you to start your influence program. The first thing is your portfolio for your website. So if someone comes to your website someone comes to your Insta or to Instagram or your YouTube or a Facebook, they may not get much idea about what exactly you do and what exactly, what's your background, everything, because it's messed up with a lot of information, etc. So basically, what are you? So here you'll be able to showcase about you, about your portfolio. So we'll make a portfolio website for you. That's one. And you can have your own rate card. For example, many of the influencers, the biggest problem they say, when we contact a brand, that communication, so mailing them, sending back the proposal, again evaluating, negotiating them, it's making an issue. So that's the reason we say, why don't you put a rate card? The problem with the rate card in the social media, you cannot put it. That's exactly the reason. A confidential rate card you can have, and only the certain people can access. That means the brand you wanted to access, you can access them, not your consumers part. Okay, so you can have that one. Okay, and you can also share this one to everyone, and make a real presence online to have it. Okay, and the same platform, once you set up your profile, once your portfolio is ready, you can start pitching directly with the companies and brands, and you can start negotiating there itself, and you can create a quotation in few minutes. And those who are looking for an influencer part, and they also publish the budget, you can take that. Now, for the part of your media kit, which we gives you around 25 hours of a social media influencer training to you to start with that. Now, one is actually, here is a long-term contract. That's a good thing which gives you. We are basically looking forward around 5 years to 10 years of a contract, which we'll discuss with you a bit later. I'll tell you what the reason when I come to the project part. And we also provide you a mentoring program for you to grow with an experts who are expert in this one, and even with agencies, ad agencies, and brand companies and enterprises, and of course, of existing social media influencers who are making money. And it's also give you multiple way of earning money, not only one way. And plus, as a company, as a mentoring company, as a training company, as you know, as a consulting company, we have more option for a social media influencers to make money as well. So first of all, the many reasons when you cut the people actually say, I'm ready, I like the idea, but the problem is I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, how do I take this forward? So that's the reason. If you associate with our company, we will give you, based on your social media profile, $500 to $50,000 monthly assured contract. So you don't have to hunt, you don't have to hurry up, and you don't have to look for the brands and the companies to get paid. So we will give you minimum guarantee. This much per month you can get an assurance from the companies and we will give you that bit. For example, you're only getting, let's say you have an assured contract for $10,000. You only got a contract from the companies $5,000. So another $5,000 will back it up, and you get a $10,000 for that particular month. And the future bill, this $5,000 will adjust. That means you are actually a kind of an assurance. You can actually start going ahead with your social media influencer career. You don't have to worry about getting a brands to endorse you with ADM-SIP. It's a guaranteed will be coming on that one. Okay, that's a biggest advantage, the ADM-SIP platform which gives you. Then the major project which I discussed with you, the shopping mall, as you know, that's one of our prestige projects and dream project. So this project is, as you know, so we have a 1.5 million product with 7,000 stores. Coming week, next Saturday, I'll be talking about the same project in detail. Now, when you look at this project like this, we have a 7,000 stores owned by 7,000 people. So every store also an independent e-commerce site. So here in this place, we have an online shopping mall. The marketing strategy is actually a responsibility of ADM. The marketing promotions is done through ADM. And we recommended a major strategies. One of the major strategy is a social media influencer. Like any other e-commerce company, any other websites, e-commerce website, we are also focusing on that. In a way, actually, as an internally, I worked with the project report, etc. I tell you around 7 to 10% of the budget is allotted for a social media influencers, which means that the large amount of the money can be come to the influencers. So as you know, we have a 1.5 million product. So whichever the niche you are in, you will have something to choose it. Now, that's one of the things I recommend all of you to go into double check with us into the niche which you are doing. You have a possibility with us itself. 99.99% you will get a possibility on it because we have 1.5 million with 7,000 different categories. So that's an opportunity you're going to get. Now, it is each niche partner will have a instant access for their products and services to add and promote, and they know what kind of influencer they should engage with that. And in fact, actually, we handle through the platform the engagement through a smart contract, including with a niche audit. And this project, they wanted to ship the product globally, and we are looking for micro, nano, and nano influencers. Why? Because that gives a more engagement and more specific audience. So that exactly we use for social media. And this, as you know, this completely automated process. Customers are not investing any money on a logistic and packing and the part. So that's the reason we will give you the access to the into the market in a large scale. So this is another advantage for an influencer habit. And as you know, this is packaging part and all the thing part niche owner is not doing, so they have more time to work on a promotional aspect as well. So this is the thing which we recommend you to partner with others and to promote on it. Now this is also in a partnership program, and we will also share a profit with that. That's a method we are working on it. Okay. So the influencer platforms are given a network of partners fulfilling entire roles and influencer campaigns, and whatever you wanted to serve to the market, you'll be able to get through this platform. So that's the thing I would like you to go to visit on admsip.com. We'll give you on this part. At the same time, you are an influencer, or you are not an influencer, or you are not looking to be an influencer. There's another opportunity which will give you something called influencer talent agent. You know that is now when we are talking about 500 followers and 1,000 followers, there are millions of people that way. So millions of people can make money with associating the brand as well as our own online shopping model. So this is a place we look forward to people to get a more number of people on board on ADMSIP. So which we call it as an influencer talent agent. So you can mediate with influencers, and you can be partner with influencers on a regular basis to get it. You say that I'll work for, and you get the tie-ups with the various companies. So now with us, we are looking for someone who can do. You can go and get more number of influencers. You can become a talent agent with us. Okay, so that's a good money you make it, because every time the influencer get paid, you can charge from influencer, and you can also charge the brands. You say, I'll bring you the best of the talents to promote on it. So it's a good business model, which are anyway influencer talent agent login you can have. You can actually associate with us as a talent agent as well. Okay. Now here is influencer talent, and also need to go through various strategies and training. So we also provide the training to the talent agent as well. Now, when we say micro-influencer or macro-influencer and celebrities, there's no specific definition we cannot see online. So it is industry standard is a micro-influencer around 1,000 followers. Then we consider them as micro-influencers. Now, what are the pros and cons on this one when you look at it as? The pros is like they can make a good relationship with these people, and they can also have this maybe a niche specific we can have, and of course the lesser the followers, the person can make a more engagement, and of course these people are cheap, not that expensive. So as a company's point of view, and as a micro-influencer point of view, you're getting a multiple thing, and even the small money, and you get a regular money, and long term you get more money as well. Then micro-influencers, actually, they can reach out to the large audience, and they are kind of an authority position, right? They already have a position, because whatever they say, people consider them as an expert, etc. And plus they have experience also working with the brand if they endorsed. Then of course celebrity, I don't have to tell you, as usual, they are the best. If you have money to hire as a brand, or even to make us a money with the YouTube. Okay. Now, by looking at this, we made this social media as a 5 categories. You can actually become an influencer with the company. Now, 1 million plus audience is that is exactly we're looking at celebrities with one platform alone. You have one platform and 1 million audience. You become a celebrity and also with the company. And there is another category, and all the things you have to think about is online shopping mall perspective. Once again, I'll talk to you once this I complete and how the contract works on. So 1 million plus audience. You have Instagram 1 million audience, YouTube 1 million audience. That's we call it a celebrity endorsement or a celebrity influencers. Second one is actually 100,000 audience and one platform. It's called as a macro influencers. So if you belong to that category, so think about it, that is a good opportunity as well. Now, micro influencers, we say 1,000 audience and 1 to 3 platform you have a presence. So that we call as a micro influencers. Okay. Now, forthcoming influencer, that's one of the things that it's a great opportunity for all of you. You can become a social media enthusiast, influencer if you are an enthusiast over social media. And approximately, every 2 to 5 platform you're ready to work on, you can become a forthcoming social media influencer. I'll come to the benefit bit later. Okay. Something called a newbie, you're absolutely new to this idea, and you want to become social media influencer. That's a fantastic thing, opportunity I give you. We give you training, you make you tools and everything to do it. First of all, now, especially you're a micro or a newbie, or you're a forthcoming and newbie here, you need to have something to show to the brands, and how much is your money's worth. So this should be automated and faster, easy, cheaper, right? So first is we make a portfolio website for you with your own rate card. You can have your own rate card, how much you want to charge. It's up to you to do it. Now, this is a fully customized website. Whenever you want to update something, you can do yourself. And with the CRM dashboard, where even anybody who's reaching out to you, have an automated message go on, etc. And you can also fix up no appointment with the same website. So any brand wanted to reach out to you, so they'll feel very professional. You have a website, you will fix an appointment, etc. And you can also customize the look and feel of your website whenever you want it, and you can link your initial social media with us. And we'll also create, if you're a newbie, we'll create a social media influence profile for you to promote that as well. Okay. And then we'll also support you to choose a niche. Is basically, we will be choosing a niche where you get a more contract. As you know, in the online shopping mall, we have something called niche partnership. Every niche is owned by a different owners. I just tell you how the structure of that works. If you're a social media influencer, not interested in the online shopping mall, to start, you want to be an influencer only, still I recommend you to come next week, attend our online shopping mall event. So it's important to have to choose a potential niche. When we say that, in our online shopping mall, we have around 7,000 different niches, and we're starting with the 700 different categories. So we can have multiple niche coming in that way. Now, when we help you, it means we help you to get a regular contract to your account by choosing a right niche. So for us, it's very easy. Why? We know which store is booked more and which store is expected to have a more revenue. Now, the organization structure which I have been talking about, not the business structure of online shopping mall. It is, as you know, the online shopping mall has two variations. One, we have our own large portal, a B2C portal set by us, a global portal, which is globally is to promote the products and services around 170 countries. We have a delivery of 170 countries and thousands and thousands of cities. We have it. So all this thing is our focus. Now, all this, why I mentioned the 170 countries and thousands of cities, we are looking for a micro influencers to promote this one. And you can partner with, and we regularly gives you a revenue sharing as well as influencer fees on a monthly basis. That's exactly the point. Now, this 700 stores is, again, the organization structure is, if we have our own online shopping mall platform where all these products and stores are loaded. Now, please listen to me at this point. Now, all the stores are owned by an individual or another company, not by us. And this is something called a niche partnership, where one territory is an exclusive. There is no competition within the shopping mall, which means now someone selling an iPhone in US market, there's only one guy will be selling an iPhone in US market. In the platform, when they come, automatically that person will be become a sale of, or maybe the customer of this niche owner. So that's one. So there is no competition. And plus, we are looking for, again, a niche. Niche means that every time we've gone for a country specific, which means by default, we need to have hundreds of influencers. Why? Every influencer has a certain influence on certain demographies and psychographics, certain ethnicity, certain language, certain people, certain community, certain profession, certain age group, certain hobbies and interests they do. All the things. So that's the reason there is any niche you choose, this potential is there. So we're looking at this to our niche, our progress. We can recommend you what kind of a niche you can take it and what kind of a contract you get on. So then you can have a niche related hashtag to promote, etc. Then you also wanted to have kind of a content creation initial part will help you, and We'll also train you on that part. It's important for you to promote as well. This confidential rate card, based on what are you doing, what you do, and etc. etc. So you can actually show in a part of your profile itself, and only few people can see us, that, and they buy like an e-commerce project, So I wanted him to do 10 posts into $40. I want him to do 4 different posts in a different way. So something like that, they actually buy on the spot, and you get that order to be placed. And once you're done, you get paid for it. Okay. So here is the you share with your URL to the brands and to the companies who are looking to do a partnership with the social media influencers. So this becomes this portfolio site with your rate card, with your specialty, with what you have done future, what you've done in the past, and what you plan to do future. All the things can be in one place. That's exactly the reason when you are a newbie or when you are a social media influencer on a forthcoming, you get this benefit as well. Okay. Now, thousands and so brands you can actually directly associate, and you can promote that one. Now, to start with, what I would recommend is, apart from this webinar, we will give you a 25 hours of a social media influencer training program separately, and which is mostly online, but we also do offline event as for this one. Depends on where you are, and we will get you this one. And because we partner with an agencies which has a global presence, so the expert, which is, they can give you that kind of a training as well. Okay. And what are the things you're going to learn when we say 25 hours of training? Some cases 50 hours of training. What are you going to learn? The first is to understand in there that is how the influencer marketing professionally work on it, and an overview of a marketing for a brand, entrepreneurs and influencers, how they can maximize their media channel. Okay, so this is an important topic for you, especially those who are starting a new influencer program. Somebody you already have a lot of audience, but you never used, or maybe you don't know how to use it, or sometimes you are not happy about the offers you're getting. All this part is a very, very important step to learn on. Then fundamentals of the social media, how it works on it, and connect with the social media marketing strategy. So you should be able to know a lot of strategies, like few the strategy which we discussed, 70-20-10 principle, or a 3I integration part. Or sometime even to hybrid strategies, how you do, and 98 plus is how you do strategies you should do, and the different strategies which social media is utilizing. That kind of strategies we need to adopt and understand. So most of the time, the corporate or brands comes and say to you, "Hey, we are using 3I model. Can you be part of it?" So if you don't know 3I model, they'll ask you what is 3I model. So triple R, what is extra triple R model? They'll also ask you triple R model. Some people don't even know what is 70-20-10 principle. So they ask you what the frequency of your 70-20-10. So you should be able to tell the frequencies. So all the things is important for an influencer to understand the market before they entering on it. Now, once you know this strategy aspects, then we also cover typical use cases for influencer marketing. Now, what are the things already happening? What the people went wrong? What went good thing? That's important to understand. And you also understand the how to create awareness of the brand, and how do you work with the various brand and based on their quarterly goal or annual goal. That's also important. And how do you generate the sales? See, unless you are influencing produces a result, unless your influencers get the result to the brand, they will not be interested to pay you again. So this is important for it to have it on it. And understand the influencer marketing working and various digital strategies. So influencer marketing, so influencers usually connected with multiple platforms. It's not just you have an Insta or a YouTube. It does not end there. Some new level of influencer digital partner strategies is influencers again and again, on a different stages of the funnel, especially as many companies use a funnel person to convert, and they also tell you to come and use it in a different kind of a content. As you know, that funnel has basically 3 level of content: BOFU, TOFU, and TOFU. So you need to have utilize these content on it. So like it's a bottom of the funnel. Sometimes as an influencer, you use a different content to communicate. Now, at the top of the funnel, you might have used a completely different, and the middle of the funnel, you have a different content. So this is it's completely, you cannot rely on a brand to give you this part, because it makes a lot of issues. Because your credibility also, because you're endorsing one brand. It does not mean you're only endorse that brand. You also will have another part. And you also should check the authenticity. As you know, the brand has usually two methods of their build up their brand. One is an inspiring method of a branding, or a manipulative method of a branding. So if you associate it with the manipulative, as you know, the world is full of manipulative branding. So manipulative branding, you will have an issue. For example, recently one of the influencers got an issue. I'm not sure can I mention the brand. One of the juice brand is I'm not mentioning the company name, 100%. So one of the influencer came and started introducing in the morning breakfast, you need to have this juice. And that is 100%. What do you mean that? In a breakfast time, you should have a juice of 100%. By default, we think it's 100% natural. But actually, brand never said that. Brand in the packet or the advertisement, they're not talking about. They're indirectly putting in their mind, breakfast time, you're pouring it as that juice, and you show that as in the morning you are healthy, you're drinking, 100% pure, you're drinking. Nowhere in the platform, nowhere in the packet, nowhere in the communications, that brand was not telling about that one. But they used the influencers and they get into trouble. Influence, hey, your natural juice, blah, 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 then talking about, and it was not natural. And then brand said, we never said this one. So, but influencer said this. So that's an issue. So this is one of the best examples for you to have it on. Another example, actually, I tell you, same thing. Sometimes the brand says something, it does not mean. So especially we should be very careful. Today, the consumerist world, the capitalist world, is full of manipulative. The majority of the brand is a manipulative brand. When they do a manipulative brand, if you are going to endorse, you need to be careful, because you are not only endorsing one brand, you'll have a multiple brand to endorse. This is not only your life, this is a part of your life. You have a credibility, you have an image, you have a life to move on, and you need this is in a public platform you are doing. So if you are not taking care of this part, it's very important. So another example I'll tell you, there is a biscuit called, I don't want to put it publicly, that one. A biscuit is connected to one name, and basically that business does not carry anything of that, but indirectly people think it is there, and an influencer comes and communicate that way, you will be again get in trouble. So that's exactly the reason you need to go with the right strategy and right method, and you need a mentorship on this. You also need someone experts to support you on this one. Okay, so that's exactly the thing. You need to be careful how the influencer marketing working on it. Okay, now you also should understand the influencer archetypes. How to use them. Now, say you are a company. Now I was talking about an influencer point of view. Now you as a company, you already utilize. When I'm saying you as a company, I'm not talking about you're a large corporate. Of course, large corporate will come. Right? I told you an example of a Louis Vuitton and Gucci, how they're using even a micro influencers. You have an e-commerce website, or you have an online shopping mall website. You have affiliate marketing websites, or you have a mining website, or you have a AOBP. You have a drop service. Any of the things you have. Tomorrow, one of the major strategy, the top 10 strategies which you're talking about, influencer marketing, come in 7th one. So what kind of influencer are you going to utilize? And this influencer, especially you are coming with a limited budget and you're utilizing an influencer, that influencer basically represents your company. Now that influencer, it's a charge you per post or per engagement, but they're not promising you the result. And some cases, of course, you are sharing affiliate link or a vouchers, it does. Otherwise, it's not. So how do you protect yourself, that one? How do you sample it? How do you calculate ROI? That's one. Second one is you risking your brand, especially you're a startup, especially you're new to the market, and you're risking with one influencer about this one. That influencer gets into some branding damage issue. You also get affected indirectly. As you know, many of the celebrities, they endorse some of the brand. The celebrities get some issue in a person, like a divorce issue or some political comment issue or some other issue that comes and even affect the brand. So that's part of here also. So social media influencer get into some other kind of controversy, it's going to affect you as well. So you also should think about how do you protect this one. That's exactly the reason you should have an mediator to use a social media platform to take care of this aspect. Now, Another important thing for to identify the right hashtag for each promoter, and most important thing, your content management strategy. How do you know to what kind of a content strategy you're going, and how you get engagement with the people through that one. So this is also part of the training. We will train you how your content engagement, and the people who are expert in this one, and those who are expert influencers, they'll help you on this one. And compare the campaign targeting, how the media channel and the budget, optimizing that is important. And as an influencer, how do you secure your contract and assure to get a monthly revenue? So one example, obviously, we are giving you ADM itself. So we are also looking forward the same kind of a thing. Not once in a while you go, because you want to grow and you want to engage with the consumers longer term, and want to create a credibility. It is consistency is the most important part. So you can only be consistent, you are assured about something. Because you are not getting money from this brand, you definitely go to another brand. So here as a ADMC, what we are trying to do, we will set up an arrangement for you to get a continuously an engagement. So you don't have to go and risk your time and money, plus your brand image. So you know that is from where, and you can pick and choose. You only wanted to go for inspirational brands. You don't want to get into another one. That's the thing. And this is an important, and another issue the influencers are facing is they did the campaign, but the corporate is not paying them, or maybe taking time to get the payment. So here is, we also take care of that through the platform itself with the smart contracts. Now, the most important thing, as you know, that getting the training, this is a relatively comparatively new industry, and who can speak about this is majorly two kinds of people. One, the existing social media influencers who are already making money, so they can give you right training. That exactly thing we will facilitate you to various niches or various expert training come to you to training on that. Okay. Second one is the agencies, those who are dealing with, they also know about how the industry works. So we'll also get a training from other subject matter experts. The industry expert training is the most important thing, according to me. You understand the industry, and you'll also understand how much the budget they're looking for and what the ROI they're looking for. That's very, very important for you to have a look at. Now, this training sessions from various influencers also will do that, and we will make a long-term contract. So the long-term contract, the purpose actually I tell you about it. So when we make a 5 years of plan of online shopping, that's an idea. We'll honestly tell you where we start thinking about starting our own ADM SIP, our own ADM social media influencer platformers. When we made a plan of 5 years, now up to we are going to the publicly listed company. That's what 2025 is the year. So when we make research, we look at the investment coming to the company. I mean, the budgeting for advertisement campaign, etc. So when we look at the kinds of turnover that's coming to the company and money going out, and one major chunk was about influencer marketing. It's approximately around 7% to give you an approximate idea. So let's think about, we are working for a goal of making a 300 million valuation of the company. So 7% is a significantly good income. And every store, not only we, as I mentioned, every store is owned by an individual. It's not by the company. We have, for example, even the phase one is a 700 stores. It's not by the company. It's by the people. And at the same time, they also have an independent brand, which is another brand. For example, we are using onlineshoppingmall.qa. So person, of course, that's not the brand. Just telling an example, because we have a different brand we are not yet revealed. We'll reveal it in the appropriate time and we launch the time. So that brand and you're representing. But the niche owner has a different brand, even though they use the same infrastructure of us to promote the products and services, and they have a same kind of products to reaching out to the global. Even they use our fulfillment centers, but it's a different brand, different URL. So the every influencers get the opportunity to have a more number of engagement, and as you know, because our structure or of this one, and every owners has their own freedom to promote their products and services. In fact, we'll also tell them to not only we spend a 7 to 10% of the the budget to allot for influencer. We are also telling the niche owners, if you want to make a $5,000 to $15,000, and this is what is exactly we should be spending on influencers to get a sales on. So this is this we are highlighting and showing to every influencers. And same thing for a store owner. Now, the long-term contract today, when we say forthcoming and newbie, what exactly is a newbie? We are ready to take this risk and work with you. You create a 500, 200, 300,000 people audience. Initial stage, that is very good. It's enough. But over a period of time, maybe 5 years from now, you maybe have 100,000, you may have 500,000, you may have 1 million. So that's exactly the reason we are interested in you for a long-term contract. Even you can part-time or a full-time, you can be taken as a career, and you are assured about monthly some amount. So this one, and plus once you have a long-term, so you understand the niche store owners, and you understand how the market and even the audience really like it. Not that is every day you come out with different niche and product. You consistently promote various things in various occasions, and it makes a lot good. So this is a biggest plus point according to me you're getting. Many other brand gives you 5 post, 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 months contract. We are talking to you 5 years contract. That's a good thing about the advantage of this one. And in addition to that, as you know, a subject matter expert and influencers, successful influencers and agencies gives you training. Apart from that, we also have something called a mentoring program. So mentoring program is basically, what is it? How you can grow. This is one. Okay. Now how you as I mentioned, it is celebrities, macro and micro, and forthcoming and newbies. So different level you have the people to make an audience part. Now on one chart I give you, so you can actually comparing. You can compare and decide what level you are in, and you can decide to join on it. Okay. Now when you look at it as a different thing, like social media influencer, you get a portfolio website. You also get a niche research. If you are forthcoming and newbie, because other people already have an audience, there's no point for them to do research. So you can, before you starting, you can decide which niche you want to go. And we personally give you a suggestion for a 5-year contract. This is better for you. This is better for you. You can start with that. And we'll also make a confidential rate cap, which you only show to the companies which you wanted to show. And the URL, you can share to the portfolio, you can share to public, but they don't have an access. For example, as your audience come to your portfolio website, they cannot see rate card. And rate card is separately done. Okay. Then it's you also get an opportunity to pitch brand instantly. But the moment you're on the platform, you can actually start talking. Hey, this is me. I'm looking for this is my audience, and would you be interested in a way? You can instantly on a platform, you can actually talk to the brand and get connected, get engaged, get deal, get chatting there, and you have a smart contract. Those who are not familiar with the smart contract, I think in the blockchain session when we did earlier, now once again when we are doing, please do attend. It's basically smart contract is basically self-executable contract, which is whatever you agree with the brand and brand agrees with you, without a human intervention. As soon as you're done, you get paid. And where the start, every stage, according to the arrangement, brand agreed to give you the content. So and you got the content, they can actually track the content. And the same content you promise that you will do with these audience, with these communication, and this much time, it automatically done. Then once you are published, what the engagement came, analytics also is a part of that. So this way, automatically, the payment comes to your account part. Now, this 25, this all the things to understand. We give you separately a 25 hours of training apart from the public webinar. This 10,000 minutes, 100 hours, 100 minutes into 100 days of your training. You can have it. That is separate. In addition to that, 25 hours of training exclusively, especially from subject matter expert. Because this thing we had to learn from social media influencers, we had to learn from agencies. So they and from the marketing campaign companies, they give you the various ideas about how we do it. Okay, and we discuss as a long-term contract. Yes, it's a long-term contract, and you also get a complete mentoring program and multiple ways of earning. So now here is other places, other companies only give you social media influencer program. here you engage with you can also part of a training program, you can also part of a consulting program, you can also part of a mentoring team, you can also have it like you have a championship, you have a other program, all the things also you can involve, and you can earn multiple income as well. Okay. And of course, we'll also give you our partnership opportunities. And we'll also set up for you various profiles. Look, and initially you're starting with we curated, or you wanted a completely new, we'll set up profiles for you into part of this one. Now, we'll also initial stage, we'll also give you some kind of a pause to work on that one. And we'll also give you good hashtag research for you to start all the activities as well. Okay. Now, what are the privileges you are getting as a forthcoming and newbie with us? Now, you can, it's important for you to join, and basically 25 hour training, which in a, get a training, and we recommend you to work on 2 to 4 hours, in a day, and getting engaged and getting growing, and which assure you a certain amount of, like a 500 assured of a return issue fee, where even you companies are not engaging you, so especially when you are in a very new stage, and many other companies don't have a track record. So we will help you to get a track record, and that how we are able to give you, because our own niche stores, we can keep trying on that one, right? So, and we will ask you to create the same kind of an audience to do. That's the reason your niche choosing is very important. So, in the $500 of engagement, you're guaranteed about if you associate. So that's one, okay. And even a newbies, that's a newbies I'm talking about, $500 you get it. Now it's not just 25 hours. We not leave you for the next 1 year. You get a continuous mentoring program to build this one. You can see that why we are interested in this, because once you grow with your audience, our niche store owner, our online shopping mall, our e-commerce project also grow. So here is actually there is a different benefits are there. You're getting at that point. And so this many of the other places it may not be possible, but for us this is a very easy things to start with that. Now, if you're a forthcoming, that's we slightly different, made it to the newbies and forthcoming. Forthcoming is you really want to newbie, maybe I want to try or something. Here's a forthcoming 4 to 6 hours work. You get $1,000 monthly retention fee in a short one. So 4 to 6 hours of work you do on that, you get that one. Okay. Now, what are the things is benefits you get? One is a retention fee. There's 2 types of retention fee you get it. And as I mentioned, other products you can also get a mentorship fee. It depends on now we are running something 100 days of digital mastery program, where we have 2 types of mentoring fees, which is people pay. And you basically you're capable to run a social media training. You can also conduct a training, and you get paid for it. You're conducting a training as well. So you also get affiliate commissions, a multiple level of the AWMC affiliate commission. There is a normal affiliate commission that also you get it. Now you can also be a portal in charge. Various portals we have, you can be in charge, and you get additional thing. Of course, there is a few stipends and all. Sometimes scholarship when it is, you can be part. In addition to that, you get also rewards and recognition. This is what is exactly the major benefit you get this one. Now, how much is the retention fee? Now you are a newbies, it started with $500. You're a forthcoming, you get $1,000, and you're a micro influencer. It's a really good. That's exactly our target to have $10,000. Now macro influencers, of course, 25,000, and celebrities. So this is exactly as a talent agent. If you're taking about, you need to identify macro, celebrity, and micro influencers. And they love to have this arrangement, and because they don't have to go and hunt again and again various brand, they can actually get one place all the things to get a retention fee. As I mentioned, the retention fee is a monthly. They get a kind of in the form of an assured contract. So the problem the influencers normally faces every month they are not assured about some kind of revenue coming in. Here we protected that. This is a major USP. Because our online projects we can do, and many other platforms cannot do that because they don't have their own brand, their own project, because they are dependent on another company's project, right? Here another company's brand and opportunity. Here is our own project, which is whether online shopping mall or a blockchain project, which is we have our internally things. So that's the reason we're able to offer it. But of course, it's not for everyone. It's a very limited. We also have budget constraint. And we will not be able to offer unlimited. We are starting with 700 shows, and in that, 8% of the budget is allotted. So that's, of course, that's a limit, sir. So that's the reason this is a very good offer now. Later, we cannot assure the assured one because we limited to around 20 people, 20 good celebrities, 20 influencers, and maybe good celebrities come, that time we'll consider. So around 20 people, that thing which we are extending this one. Now, in nutshell, in a closing, before I go, that was exactly what you get it. So it will be a professional media kit, you get it, and you get all the things in one place, and you can actually start with this forthcoming. You can do that one as well. And you can also have a few things written to be in addition to that. All our other project as well, like web mining opportunity, you can include. You can also get a online shopping or referral commission. So various other opportunities also come along with that. Okay. Now newbie also almost the same thing. You get it, but slightly different figures. You get it, as I mentioned. This was very clearly explained. This is the last time this be opportunity we are giving. So please do look into detail and take the decision as well. Okay. Now, what are the guidelines when you wanted to associate with us? Because actually, make sure that is you complete this 25 hours of a training minimum. We also recommend you go through our 100 hours of training plus mentoring program plus our championship. There is additional training coming in. Please do that as well. In addition to that, we have a mentor. You join as a mentors program. There is a 25, 30, 50, 70, 100 hours of training, which is also will give. And will help you to work and implement the strategies, and we'll have a different SEO strategies. In addition to that, you also learn. It's not necessary as influencers so much of SEO, but an SEO, social media also is a part of an SEO. So what kind of an engagement you want in this, keyword point of a social media point is also we cover on. And social media niche. Now, which niche to be chosen, we will personally help you and tell you, and which market we are doing, and etc., etc. So we'll be able to tell you. And in that, various level of strategies like a 70-20-10 principle, 70-20-20 principle will help you to join. And this 2 to 4 hours or 4 to 6 hours, how you work and what are the things to be done, that will be able to give you. Now, a few things like, you'll be part of our social media program. This is actually, we did not even start because we thought we'll have 20 influencers together and start these entire thing. So we are looking forward before our 19th this month, we will be starting aligned with our social media campaign for that part. So that's the reason we have an onboarding session this Monday. So you can go through the entire details today. And tomorrow we have an exclusive Q&A question on a social media influencer, plus other CTED benefit, which we discussed last 1 week. So you may write, you may send, you get a form along with the thank you mail today. That form, you can fill up the details, and tomorrow, with the details, we'll answer you if you can do this before 12 o'clock tomorrow. After 12 o'clock, this can only read it out. Other than with points, with PowerPoint, with the document, we'll be able to share with you. Now, forthcoming and and the newbies both get this benefit on it. Okay, so it's a time now. So forthcoming and newbies to join. So if you would like to know more about this and you want to take a big part of this one, contact Mr. Tahir, and the WhatsApp number and phone number is mentioned, and reach out to him with the email, or you can contact Ms. Eva with their email ID and social numbers is mentioned. Reach out to them and go through the entire details tonight. And tomorrow, they will discuss with them. Day after tomorrow, we are onboarding everyone into the part of if you want to be part of our forthcoming or a newbie with us. Okay. So this is what exactly we know. We are almost time up. The strategies part we'll discuss some other day. Now, those are basic part. Once you join with us, we'll give you a lot of various type strategies which we are using, various crowdfunding source we are utilizing, and all other part which we are using. We will be discussing with you in coming days in advance. Now, tomorrow, what I would recommend is today, kindly go through our website, admsip.com. All the details which I spoke to in detail is put there. You can also see the various other facilities we are, because in the 100 minutes is very less time to express that. And it is an opportunity, if you are doing another business, like you are doing affiliate marketing, you are doing e-commerce, you are doing a dropship, you are doing any other online business, or you are planning to set up your own agency, or you are planning to do your own online business. All this aspect, this is a very good opportunity for all of you, because it's anyway you build an audience. You know that whether we like it or not, people are moving the decision based on a social media. is not only product purchasing. There are different companies. Actually, today we don't have time to discuss about the strategy part. Within 24 hours, Turkish Airlines raised around $1 million worth money to serve the food for Somalian kids. In 24 hours, one influencer. You can see locally and regionally and maybe national level, international level, there are a lot of influencers. Even they do a lot of charity work. As you know, we all want to do so many good things in the market, but we always come with a lot of limitations. If you are really passionate about, you think really wanted to get this kind of a thing, you can see so many influencers do. Now within a day, 2 hours, 3 hours, they raise millions of dollars and millions of benefits for the charity work. You can see so many examples across the world today, where in the hospital bed, immediately the influencer said there is a person specifically, please transfer the money to the account. It was not possible earlier. The example I told you about Turkish Airlines, around 6 tons of the food items is actually different part of the world goes to the Somalia by a Turkish Airlines just because of the one influencer. You think about we always see the Somalian kids with malnutrition issue, all the thing. We always want to know. We don't know how to do next step. That's just exactly the same time these influencers connected with the corporate. And of course, thanks to the Turkish Airlines, they took initiative. They took the influencer, and food is reaching. So it's not only a business. You're getting $500,000. Apart from that, if you look at, even if you want to do something new, something good, something large scale, something really wanted to do something, making a moments in the market, moments in the world, it's really work on it. So that's one. Even tomorrow, you wanted to stand up, stand up for something. You want to stand up for justice, or you want to have a kind of a moral support from the people. You wanted to handle your online reputation management. Social media influencer is the key for it. So with this, actually, I'll end. We don't have time to discuss the strategies. I got about to discuss these a couple of strategies. I think we will schedule it for part of our promotional program. And there are social media influencer platforms, influence marketing strategies, and especially the people who are onboarding on day after tomorrow. After that, we continue these discussions. So once again, thank you so much. And now, as you know, we continue 6 p.m. of every day. So tomorrow again, I'll see you at 6 p.m. Please do send your queries. And tomorrow, all the things. Last week, we could not do the Q&A session. So I'll cover entire topic of last week. Plus today, ADM SIP, social media influencer. I'll take all the questions. And we will try to answer all the questions. But if you do in advance, we can actually put into the PowerPoint with the wordings, with the numbers. Many of the people come out with asking for various calculations. We'll be able to show you. So please do send us at the earliest. And you can ask anything about consulting, training opportunity, event manager opportunity, Digimentor opportunity, affiliate manager opportunity, all kinds of opportunities which you wish to have. Please do send us that. We will take that one to the next level part. Okay. So with this, actually, we'll end. We don't discuss the strategies and campaigns now. Strategies and campaign, and coming days we'll discuss about. Okay. So thank you so much. I think I have so much of slide left out. I had around 400 plus slide. I think I only reach half. The rest other days we'll discuss about. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you. I believe you got an overall idea how to work on it, everything. Now, thank you so much, and showing the interest to become a social media influencer. Please be in touch with Tahir and Iva, the numbers you've seen. And a few minutes from now, I'll join you in the mastermind, and we'll have a more interaction and more plan to discuss about it. Thank you so much, all of you.